Welcome to my channel. Uh, my channel's name, as you may have observed, is Physics Made Simple but not simpler. You might be wondering why I put that name of my channel. Uh, if you can watch the quote here, my aim is to learn physics and then share my knowledge with others. Right? So, let me introduce myself first. My name is Prasad Venapalli. My qualification is bachelor's in mechanical engineering. My passion is physics. Right? So, coming back to why I named my channel Physics Made Simple but Not Simpler, you may have observed there's a quote here, quote of the day. This is a quote from, famous quote from Albert Einstein. Okay. He said, everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. What did he mean by that? What he meant by that was, let's say we had this Newtonian physics. Newtonian physics, which works perfectly well, works perfectly well in inertial frame. Right? That is a frame which is either at rest or moving with uniform velocity. It works perfectly well. But it fails when the objects are moving away from each other, especially at velocities that are nearer to that of light. Right? We all know that. That's why relativity came into picture. Both special, general. So, if we were content with Newton's physics, classical physics rather, I would like to say this is classical physics, mostly based on Newton's laws. If we were content with the classical physics and we didn't innovate, didn't research further, we would have had relativity, especially with either special relativity or general relativity, we would have had. So Einstein's intention when he said everything should be made as simple as possible but not simpler is our onus should be on innovation, not simplicity. It's great to have a world, perfect world, where all the laws of physics work perfectly well in this classical scenario. I mean, within in inertia field, that's wonderful. Laws are simple, observable, deterministic, and you can observe everything with your senses. Right? So what more? Seeing is believing. We say, right? Seeing is believing. So wouldn't have had any problem. It would have been simple physics. But instead, we went for Einstein invented relativity, and now we have technology like GPS, uh, satellite communication, uh, everything, whatever you can. Today you are enjoying even robotics or anything advanced. High technology all depends on quantum physics. Right? Whereas this classical physics is deterministic in the sense you can observe everything, whatever the laws are there, those laws you can observe in practice. You can clearly see the force being applied, though we can't see gravity. We can see the effects of that. So that is deterministic. But quantum physics was probabilistic. Okay? So there's a main difference. And if we were satisfied with this deterministic classical mechanics and we didn't go for quantum mechanics, we would have had all this latest, none of this hi-fi, high-tech music. We would have had. We would have had phones, we would have had satellites, we would have had robots and whatever we are using these days. I don't even know. I lost track of this technological developments these days because my passion is physics, and I just want to learn. I mean, expand my horizons. As I told you, uh, I am a mechanical engineer, bachelor of mechanical engineering, and my passion is physics. That's about introduction to my channel. And why I am back to physics again. We studied physics, maths, and physics as part of our engineering curriculum way back in 1982-83, around, I think. That's when we uh, studied engineering, maths, and physics. Then this is like a second coming to the school because I want to learn everything again. Uh, Rather saying learn, we should say I would rather expand my horizons. The way physics, maths were taught in our days is entirely different from what it is being, how it is being taught today. We didn't have, for example, we didn't have any such modern equipment to teach. Um, in 1982-83, we studied maths and physics. Now I'm coming back to physics again. That's the basically the purpose being to expand my knowledge in physics and maths. And why you may be wondering why I started a channel on Facebook. There's so many the channels on internet which teach physics, which are about physics. But then, why, you may be wondering why I started another channel. So, to tell you why I started the channel is because uh, it's a very interesting time. We are in what do you call what 1920s were in the last century. We are in a similar phase now, and it's a very interesting time to be alive. So let's start with there are so many theoretical physicists who are at each other's throats, mainly because of the unification theories, theories of everything, and grand unified theories. Let us first talk about Dr. Penrose. Roger Penrose. Roger Penrose. So, Dr. Penrose believes, and actually he supports the crystal theory. Then there is Dr. Susskind, who is one of the proponents of string theory. Then there is Dr. Peter Voigt, who is who has as a blog by name not even wrong. You might have guessed why I mentioned this word, that word blog. I will come to that later. And there is Dr. What do you call Jacob, Jacob Barandis, I think. Barandis. Penrose, Dr. Penrose, everyone knows he's a Nobel laureate. Nobel laureate. And this Dr. Susskind is, of course, stalwart who started the string theory, basically. And then Peter Voigt is a professor in Columbia University. Dr. Jacob Barandis is from Harvard. Dr. Susskind teaches, I don't know if he's teaching anymore or not, but he definitely taught at the University, Stanford University. Right? These are the all-time greats, living legends. And of course, there are others like, let me get the names. I don't even exactly remember the names because they are somewhat new. Nowadays they are. There is, of course, Dr. We write with another pen. It's not that key. That is Sabine Rosenfelder, who says her famous quote is string theory is not dead, but not alive either. Meaning that they have stuck a roadblock in his theory, string theory, and they're not able to go forward. That's what she meant. And there is one more guy, surprisingly, I actually come across this guy. His name is Tim Fuchs of Southampton, England. He feels that they have actually successfully detected a weak gravitational pull on tiny particle using a new technique. So they claim it could pave way to finding elusive band quantum. And let me quote one more new enthusiast. There is one more, Danny. I just wanted to speak about these material of Toronto University. She says this is even more surprising. I don't know what to make of it, but definitely it's even more surprising. So, what she says is experimental evidence that a photon can spend a negative amount of time in an atom core. A photon, she says, a photon can spend negative amount of time in negative amount of time in atom core. But Penrose recently I was in the interviews of Dr. Penrose. He was saying he was proposing this crystal theory, I think spinor methodology. Uh, Let me tell you one more thing before going further. There are two kinds of human beings in the world. One is uh, whose right lobe, right part of the brain is predominant, well developed, and there are people whose left part of the brain is more developed. The left lobe is more developed. The right, those who have prominent right lobe, they excel at arts, meaning they basically excel at humanities, like arts. They become actors, they become writers, they poets, and all that stuff, which is basically have something to do with literature. They are quite literate. But those who have a prominent left lobe of brain, well developed left lobe of brain, they excel at maths. They never leave reason. They always, whatever comes out of their mouth will be logical. They will never ever say a single word that is not logical, that doesn't stand to reason. So, I believe my right lobe is more developed, prominent, so I am not much of a mathematician. But my gut feel about physics is definitely very good. So, yeah, now Dr. Pendle says he supports crystal theory. Dr. Susskind, of course, is famous for his string theory. Dr. Peter White has his own. It has got more to do with symmetry. symmetry in the sense that particle physics. He has more to do with particle physics and kind of believes in a deterministic universe. And there is Dr. Jacob Barandus. He believes he has his own theory about. Um, he believes he follows the Markov's model. I think Markov's matrix model, and he says Higgs space. Sorry, no. He says Hilbert Hilbert space is not real. What he says is when you look down at the atom world from our world, if you have a tool which is very small, if you want to look into the atom, then you need to have very precise tool, very small tool which does not disturb the inner world of realm of atom and still measure the other things. So what we believe is when that enters that kind of wave direction collapses, and you see what you get is not what it used to be. Heisenberg's principle says, uncertainty says, you can never measure the momentum and the position of the electron anytime, because whatever you use, the tools you use will be bigger and they will create more disturbance in the atom than the kind of symmetry it had. It will be disturbed. The whole thing will be disturbed. So you can never measure. That's what Heisenberg's principle says. And Dr. Barandus says, though it looks from our world, if you look at the quantum world, though it looks like it is decoherence, if we have fine enough tools to measure, go inside and to watch, then it's not decoherent at all. It is coherent. It has, in fact, islands of coherence. There are islands of coherence everywhere. It is not decoherent. So he feels with this whole thing like a particle physics, the particle aspect of physics. He thinks it is this whole reality is not real in a way, ultimately. That's why he says Hilbert space is not real. He thinks it is just a whole one. It is just a matrix. It is just a matrix. I mean, he calls Marcos matrix methodology or something, and then he also follows this C star algebra, I think. So I don't know neither of these theories, crystal theory, string theory, this particle physics. I mean, though I know a little of that, in our days it was not taught as it is being taught these days. And of course, the Hilbert space not being real, and all the math behind that, all these things, I don't know nothing. Okay. So, my aim, why I started this channel, is to start from the beginning, learn the necessary math, learn the necessary math, and then learn the physics that I am so much interested in. Okay, so what would that be? How would we do that? I want to basically uh, start with uh, yeah. There are two parts, as I told you. First, without, as I told you, the left lobe is the math, the right lobe is physics, and left lobe is the superset. Physics is a subset of maths, right? So, I would like to start with maths. What in maths we will cover? Let us cover start with functions, relations. This is what I am going to do over in the next course of time. Functions, relations, and set theory. Then we'll learn basic trigonometry. Then we will learn, of course, calculus, both differential and integral. Then we will go to vectors, of course, vector calculus. In the vectors, we will be learning vectors and scalars, of course. We will be learning how to addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and then we will go to the del operator, del or Laplace as it is called, operator. And in the del operator, of course, we will have gradient, then we will have divergence, and then we will learn about curve. And then we will go to complex numbers. Complex numbers, which we call Euler's formula and identity. Then binomial, then we will go to binomial expansion using Pascal's rule. Then we'll go to Pascal's triangle, of course it is called the same. Then we will go to Taylor series. Taylor's series. Of course, as part of that we will also learn Maclaurin's series. Then we have a Gauge theorem. We learn about Gauge theorem. Then we will go to Stokes theorem. we will go to Green's theorem. We will learn about Green's theorem. We will learn De Moivre's theorem. De Moivre's theorem. Then we have Cauchy-Riemann theorem. Cauchy's integral formula. And Cauchy-Riemann's theorem. And Fourier series. Series. That's nice. These are the subjects we will be covering in basically maths part of our course. I be rubbing off my screen quite often. Please bear with me because I have a very small live board. So if you have any doubts, then you can go back in the video or pause the video and watch what I'm doing before. So please bear with me. Maths. Now we have again physics. We will get physics now. Physics. In physics, what we are going to cover is there are some in-between things like Newtonian, Lagrangian, Hamiltonian, mechanics, and then again we have. After that we have classical physics, of course. Classical physics is a more very broad categorization, but Newton's laws, Kepler's laws, and then of course is Lagrangian mechanics also. And then we will go to thermodynamics. And then we will go to the regular transformations. Galilean, starting with Galilean, Lorentz, and then Laplace. We will learn the transformations, which are actually the basis of all modern physics, relativistic physics. Without understanding transformation, and there is a lighter topic. In the sense, Dr. Roger Penrose said the credit for principle of equivalence should have been given to Galileo. Because Galileo was the one who first started the transformation, thinking about transformation. He said he observed that a guy moved on a ship moving with uniform velocity will not know whether he is on a moving ship or on the ground, because all laws of physics work exactly the same way. And that, um, that is, of course, that is the inertial frame. In the inertial frames, everything works fine, and even if it is either referential frames which are at rest or moving with uniform velocity, all laws of physics work the same way. So that is the principle of equivalence that was actually first invented by Galileo, but that is of course attributed to Albert Einstein, of course, right? So that was just making a joke of that. But then after that, we will go to, of course, quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics type of, we should have covered this in the maths class itself. We will cover, I forgot to mention, math. In math, we will know about types of coordinates, Cartesian, polar, and spherical. Also cylindrical also will be there, but I think we will not record in that. So if it's cylindrical, this will be a part of math. Right? And then in quantum physics, we will be learning about different spaces. The spaces are basically Riemannian space. Then we have the Riemannian space, Vicky Hilbert, and of course Minkowski spaces. And then we will learn, as part of quantum mechanics, we will learn Planck's constant, that is photoelectric effect, and then you will learn also Maxwell's equations. And then we will learn about Christoffel symbol. Christoffel symbol, Kronecker delta. Then we have, at the end, we will be learning about, of course, particle physics. Standard model. Standard model. And then, of course, when we say quantum physics, we will, of course, Schrodinger's equation, Dirac's equation, That's inequality. That's inequality. And then, of course, at the end, we will learn all about those theories of everything, uh, gradual theory, that, and of course, we will follow our that. That's about the subjects I wanted to cover. Basically, in a very broad sense, and classical physics is such a big topic. Then you have quantum physics, is another big whole world, and then you have the particle physics and the theories of everything and gradual theory. By the time we reach here, this part, uh, I hope we will understand what all these living legends of physics, theoretical physics, Dr. Penrose, Dr. Sussman, Dr. Sabine Hossenfelder, or Dr. Barandus, or Dr. Peter Wright. What all are they saying and what their math looks like. My aim, at least my sincere aim, is to learn the math behind these theories so that we can come up with our own but in the sense we look at and we can follow our gut value of it. So that was the aim of my present series of videos. So let's see how far we will succeed in the physics my way. Okay? And of course, these are not simple. However much we may try to make them look simple, they will not that simple. So we will have to equip ourselves with we have to get familiarized with the last input in this physics. So first we learn math, and then the necessary math, not all math, the necessary math to understand, especially the basically special relativity and general relativity. That is our aim. First let us learn our math, and then we'll go for our physics. Okay. So thank you very much for watching my video. We will meet some time. I will say very soon, but maybe it may take a week to come up with the next video because I have to prepare all the material, and whenever possible, I will be providing the code for the MATLAB examples. So for example, when we study functions, all these functions, then I will try to come up with the graphs for those functions so that you can understand it even better. I will also, of course, provide the